Hey, what's going on, IHS? Today I'm here to talk about our television production called A Little Red in the Morning. Now you see, every day me and my fellow classmates work very hard on this production. Now on the talent side, people need to write their own scripts, while on the tech side, they need to pretty much do everything else. They need to work with camera shots, white balance, and CG to make the show look awesome. As on-air and talent, and being behind the camera, I have learned to do many cool things. Now, being behind the camera, I've learned to make my shots proportional, and I've also done CG, which has been a very cool experience. Now that I'm in front of the camera, I've got a different perspective on, well, everything. I've learned to make scripts that don't sound weird or just plain bad. Well, today, we have a new student that we're going to train, and also, we have interviews with the cast and the crew to see what they think the future of A Little Red in the Morning is going to be. So stay tuned, IHS. And now we have Mr. Danny Stagliano, who is our wonderful announcements person and former sports person. Let's get to it, shall we? So we're here with Danny Stagliano, our wonderful on-air talent. He did sports and he now does announcements. So, Danny, my first question would be, what do you like about digital media?
Everything. I'd say the biggest thing to me is like how much like we've kind of grown as a class, as a family. Like for example, like James, like we didn't know each other before this class, and now I love James. Like he's one of the best people I know, and like I don't know, we joke around like you can't in any other class. We have fun like you can in any other class. It's just a very different experience.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Now, why did you personally take this class?
I remember I actually planned on taking speech and debate and film studies. So I heard some things about film studies and how like it's not as easy as it sounds. So I talked to Mr. Reif, who's one of our digital media teachers, and he told me to take this class. He said he saw it as a good fit for me, and honestly, I saw it as a good fit for myself after talking to him too. So.
I totally agree with that. Now, Danny, what is your favorite part about, recording A Little Red in the Morning?
I don't know, like one of the things, I really like the show. It's probably, I prefer the 6th period class, which is the show, to the 5th period class, which is like the projects. Sorry, Mr. Ray. But I would say, I don't know, just putting our own like spin on things, like changing things up. Me and James always like to change up the intro. I don't know, like it's little things like taking every little piece of advice from everybody and kind of mixing them together and forming like something.
That is so true. Now, Danny, what do you think the future of A Little Red in the Morning is going to be after we're done?
I would love for the show to continue. I would love even more for the show to actually be aired in every class. It's one of the things that I'm not sure I agree with as much that the school is doing with the show, because they've invested so much money in this program, and we spend a lot of time doing this. It's our class. I wanted people to see it. I wanted to get some recognition. So I would like to see a little bit. I feel like the more people that are watching, the higher quality work that's going to be produced. I think they go hand in hand.
So. Very nice. So now my last question is, what would you tell future students about this class?
Take it. I have ADD, so I cannot sit still for over 5 minutes without doing anything. I honestly probably haven't read a book since elementary school. In this class, you're still doing work and you're still working your butt off. Like we have hours of work outside of school, because you really have to do that for this class. But the thing is, you actually enjoy it. You get to pick what you're doing, and you get to fit together your projects and make them how exactly you want them. There's guidelines you have to follow, but besides that, you really get to think outside the box, which you can't do taking grammar, where you're just learning stuff you've been learning for the past 15 years. It's a totally new experience, and that's one of the things I appreciate about this class. So,
Well, thank you, Dan.
of course, James, you're the man.
Now we have our instructor, Mr. Cass, here for a great interview. Let's get to it, shall we?
I've always been interested in this realm, especially in high school. I started in my freshman year, and I just got hooked and enjoyed what I was doing. Actually, the first year I started, which was last year, I knew that we needed morning announcements. I think that's the platform most students use. And I think, having it visually is more impactful than hearing it over the PA system. I guess it could be anything. I think there's so much talent and students that want to learn and expand on what they're doing. So I think, I'm always open to different ideas, and those ideas that the students bring will, I think, expand what we have right now. I think the best part is just being able to see them start from the beginning, not really knowing what they have, and at the end producing, the 5-minute morning show. Well, I think, it's whatever you make of it, like any class. So if you want to be on the tech side, I think just, coming in with the mindset, oh, I want to learn as much as possible, and asking the questions, how do you do this, or coming in extra periods. And if you want to be on the talent side, same thing. If you want to get better, ask what you can do. How can I improve on this? What do the professionals do? Stuff like that.
Right now, we're about to go talk to Mr. Rowan Box, who is our sound person and also our CG guy. Here we go, IHS. What's up, IHS? We're here with Mr. Rowan Box, our CG guy right now, and was previously the audio. Now, thank you for being here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my first question is, what do you like about digital media?
Well, it gives us experience for future jobs, and it's like, and the studio we have here is like really good. So it's just really, and aside from that, it's a really good class, and yeah.
Very true, very true. Now, why did you personally take this class?
Well, I wanted a break from like the standard English class, and I thought this would be a good change. And it really is, and it's like, you get to use all this really good equipment, and it's fun.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I completely agree. Now, for a little run in the morning, what is your favorite part about doing it?
Probably the sound when I get to do it.
Nice. Now, what do you think the future of a little red in the morning is going to be?
Well, I think it'll probably, at least for the next few years, continue as it is now, and just have like the daily announcement show in the morning and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Now, for future students that are going to be coming into this class, because apparently there's going to be a lot of them next year, what would you have to say, telling them what they should be prepared for?
Well, I guess I should just be prepared to. The workload is sometimes a bit much, but it's definitely manageable. So just be prepared for that and enjoy the class.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here. And now, finally, we have our new student, Eric, here for the interview. Now, let's see what he has to say. Shall we, IHS? So, hello, IHS. We're here with Eric, our new student. Thank you for being here.
No problem.
So, I have a couple questions I want to ask you, being the new student. So,
Okay.
First question is, why did you take digital media when you got here?
Well, when I got the tour of the school, I saw the technology, and I thought it was completely amazing because I never messed with this kind of technology before. And also, I took advanced video production at my old school, and I thought it would be amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, right now, why do you like this class? For the couple weeks that you've been here, why do you like the class?
It's fun. You guys like to have fun, laugh, smile. I think it's an amazing class, and truthfully, I love it.
Now, since you've only been on the set a couple times, like for a couple weeks now, like what is your favorite part about doing A Little Red in the Morning?
Truthfully, I like it in the beginning with you and Danny. You guys like just mix it up, makes it funny, and I was like, it's awesome.
That's good. Now, for future students, what would you tell them, like to prepare themselves for the class?
For the class, well, I can tell them that there's a bunch of hard work in here. You have to cut things, all that. Deal with the technology, get used to the technology, especially when you're recording if you haven't messed with the cameras before. So if I was them, I'll probably look that up and make sure I do want to still take that class after I look up what is the requirements and like what you have to do for it.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for being here.
No problem.
You see there, IHS, we had some wonderful interviews with the cast and crew of A Little Red in the Morning. Now, as this being my final year, I just wanted to put my input on what I thought the future of A Little Red in the Morning will be. And I do hope that they do continue the show. And on the points of what Mr. Stagliano said, is I do hope that they do run this in every classroom so people can see all the hard work that we get to do here. But as this being my final year, this is James Slusar signing off for A Little Red in the Morning.